It's like 40 some bucks, I think. Hey, what's up? I'm Allie and welcome back to my channel. Today I have my September haul and I feel like I got quite a lot of books in September. I don't know, I'm just acquiring all kinds of stuff. So, I have quite the... It's a large haul, but there's going to be a pretty big group of things that I'm just going to kind of like show. I'm not going to go into details about. But let's just show them right now. My library, when they get donations and they don't use them, they end up going on a free shelf and anyone can take them. A quite large amount of Goosebumps books came in and they were not usable for the collection. And I was offered them. So I ended up acquiring quite a lot of Goosebumps books. So I'm pretty excited about this. I love Goosebumps. It was one of the first things that ever really got me hooked into reading. I wrote a review, literally physically wrote a review for my teacher one time to let him know how much I love the Goosebumps book that I had read. So I'm just going to quickly go through the titles of these. There are 25 of them here. I know that there's an order. I don't think that these are in order, but you know. So we have The Haunted Mask, which I feel like is a classic. Welcome to Dead House. Stay Out of the Basement. Monster Blood. I don't remember about these ones, but we have 10 spooky stories. Oh, 10 more spooky stories. So these are like maybe short story collections. I didn't even know Goosebumps had those. And we have, this one's pretty cool. Oh, this is a choose your own adventure. I do have some of these as well. So this one's Return to Carnival of Horrors. Then we have something about Zombie School. Egg Monsters from Mars. Bad Hair Day. My Hairiest Adventure. We have Chicken Chicken. How I Learned to Fly. Here's another choose your own. Beware of the Purple Peanut Butter. Another one, The Creepy Creations of Professor Shock. And another one, Diary of a Mad Mummy. These ones were my favorite growing up. Why weren't there more like choose your own adventure stories? We have Revenge of the Lawn Gnomes. Horror at Camp Jelly Jam. Phantom of the Auditorium, which I have read. Ghost Camp. We have Welcome to Camp Nightmare. The Curse of Camp Cold Lake. The Headless Ghost. Escape from Camp Run for Your Life. And then Please Don't Feed the Vampire. So, pretty excited about having those. But I do have some Goosebumps books and they'll be happy to be joined by those. So I'm pretty excited about those, okay? So then, you guys probably know, I don't know how you would have missed it, but Darkdawn came out. Now, I read an arc in July. I absolutely loved it. I love the Nevernight series. It's about a female assassin, and it's a deeply political kind of world. It's a cutthroat kind of world. There's this different type of, like, magical system that it follows and stuff. So, a very fascinating book. It takes a lot of your thought process to like connect things, and I just thought Jay Kristoff did a wonderful job with it. It was fabulous, a fantastic ending, but I pre-ordered not one, not two, not even three. No. I ended up buying 4 copies of Darkdawn, so I have the original US one. I had pre-ordered this ahead of time because I wanted it to be on my doorstep the day it came out because I was not anticipating on having an arc to read. This just matches the other copies that I already have. I also ordered the Waterstones. I think this is the Waterstones one where the pages are black. These sell out pretty quickly and then they're like impossible to get your hands on afterwards. I don't have any of the other ones. Eventually I think I'd like them, but I'm not paying no like $3,000 for a book, okay? But I absolutely love these covers. I love that this one, I believe, has Mr. Kindly on it. So I just had to have that. I also had gotten the Fake Crate box and it came with these like custom covers. It came with 3 of them for the whole series. I do have 2 of them on with my Trick Daddy, but these are just absolutely gorgeous. I don't have the other one on. It's laying over there. Now I did get a 4th copy, but it's not here yet, and it is the Shelf Love Crate version that they had. I don't know if there was anything special with it. I don't remember. At least 3 of the 4 copies that I bought. I almost bought a 5th copy and I was like, I've already spent $300. I think we can chill. I did buy 2 other books, one of which was Carry On. I ended up getting a new copy of Carry On because I am going to be doing a reread of this, and I wanted a copy that I could write in and make notes in and annotate, but I am basically revisiting this one. I'm going to do a video where it's like, I reread my most hated book, and then I'll also read the sequel and see just how weird that is. Yeah, this is a Harry Potter knockoff. If anyone has read Fangirl, it is the story that Kath writes about Simon and Baz that she writes about. Simon is he is the chosen one, and Baz is a vampire, and they have to save the magical world that is not at all Hogwarts, but you know, is basically Hogwarts. And then I also ended up ordering, I saw that they had the collector's edition of Crooked Kingdom had come out, so I ordered the collector's edition. It is beautiful. It has just this gold detailing and embossing on it, and then the pages are also black. There is this awesome map inside. It's just an absolutely beautiful edition. I just love it so much. I saw it and I knew I had to have it. I had picked up one other book from the free shelf. I'm not too sure I'm going to keep this book, but I picked it up because it seemed kind of interesting, and I've heard of this author, but the authors are a Salvatore, and this is The Legend of Drizzt. As far as, this has like 3 stories in one, I do believe. Homeland, Exile, and Songer? Why don't I know that word? I've never seen that word before in my life. But I do think this is D&D based, just I'm not too sure. I've been wanting to kind of dabble in adult fantasy, so maybe I'll get around to this. I don't know. I don't even know anything about it. I thought that this was just like on its own. Yeah, Dungeons and Dragons, Forgotten Realms. It says book 1, but it kind of sounds like the story like leaves off from somewhere, so I'm not too, if anyone is familiar with this series, let me know. Dungeons and Dragons is a thing that I want to get to at some point in my life, but intimidating. Okay, so then I actually entered a giveaway, and most of the time, like, on Twitter giveaways, I enter them, 1, because I am interested, but 2, like, I never expect to win them. I'm usually assuming that, like, one of my other followers will see it, also be interested, and then they will win. So I never expect to win, and I actually had forgotten when they announced that I was the winner. I was like, what? I don't even remember entering that. But I'm really excited that I had, because I ended up getting a whole signed, personalized and signed series. So I'm pretty sure this is just called the Bastards series, but that includes Royal Bastards, City of Bastards, and then we have War of the Bastards. And I really enjoyed Royal Bastards when I read it when it originally came out. I'll know that I've been terrible at finishing series in my life, so I just didn't get around to the other ones. But I'm super excited. This is a pretty interesting world where it's basically like our main character is a bastard. The bastard children are known in the kingdom. They all have a table that they have to sit at, and she's like longed to sit by her father's side. Well, one day one of the royal children comes and sits at the bastard table, and they're just like, what the heck? Well, an attack happens, and they are found running and protecting the royal, I almost dropped some stuff, the royal princess, whatever she is, and they are on the run. Well, their parents have even put a price on their head, and there is some unrest happening, some rebellions happening, and basically they find out about a civil war that is about to break loose, and they need to stop it. So I'm very excited. I enjoyed the first one, so I think I will enjoy the other 2 as well. So I'm glad to have this these personalized copies to myself. Oh my goodness. Okay, then let's talk about the books that I got out of the book boxes. Out of my unplugged book boxes, I actually had 2 boxes. They sent me a YA box and an adult box. In the adult box was Gideon the Ninth, which just sounds absolutely fantastic. More black pages. I'm all about the colored pages trend happening. But Gideon from the dead, I'm assuming, and she just wants freedom. Well, there is a bone witch who wants to compete in these trials in order to gain immortality, but she needs Gideon in order to complete these trials so that they can both have what they want. That's what I think. I could be totally wrong. Then in the YA box it was There Will Come a Darkness, and this sounds so good. This is about these prophets who have said that there will come a dark time and then they disappear. But part of that prophecy was that only one prophet will come and will say that they will either be the saving grace or the thing that ends them all. So this follows 7 different teenagers that I believe are also going to be intertwined, and you know, they're going to interconnect, and one of them I'm assuming is this prophet, and we will see if they save the world or not. In my Fairy Loot box, it was all about witches, and I had no idea this book was about witches, but I have Serpent and Dove. This is the Fairy Loot exclusive. It is shiny, it has artwork, it is signed, it is just, oh, it's gorgeous. I was super excited. All of these books I was really hyped for this month, but I knew I probably wasn't going to get them, and then they came, and I'm just like, I'm so grateful for boxes this month. Like, y'all don't even know. But this is about a witch and a witch hunter who end up being married. I don't know the circumstances to being married. I've just heard really great things about this. That's all it really tells you in the synopsis. Like, there's a war about to break out between witches and witch hunters, and that's all I really know. But there's apparently a very sexy scene in this, which I'm very excited to get to. And then we have books that were sent to me. Lies You Never Told Me. This sounds exciting. I had no idea until they sent this to me that it actually involves Shakespeare. You guys know I'm a sucker for Shakespeare stuff. But this is about a young shy girl who ends up nailing the role in Romeo and Juliet. And she is just like a little uncertain as to how this has happened, and she catches the eye of someone that she definitely should not be catching the eye of. Well, then we follow some fella, and he is going to break up with his super brash and popular girlfriend because, you know, she's just like, what's he say? She has a fiery temper. But she's not going to let him slip through her fingers, even if it means destroying him. So this is a fast-paced read with a twist you'll never see coming. It shows how one little lie can blaze out of control, burning everyone and everything in its path. So I think this follows actually 4 different people because there's 4 people listed on the back. But they sent this to me in anticipation for her second one. I know you remember I had requested this one. It sounded really good, so I'm really happy that I got both of them. It says this is for fans of Sadie, so like I'm super into that. This is about a girl who returns to her hometown. She's been gone for 3 years, and she returns to her hometown to find out that her best friend has disappeared. Her best friend has disappeared just days before her reappearing back in town. So as she's trying to figure out what has happened and piece together the things, she finds out that the girl that she knew isn't who this girl is anymore. She hears about all the stories that happened while she had been away, and basically that she has no idea who this is, and she's basically a stranger to her. So this is her trying to figure out what had happened and basically the circumstances around her friend's disappearance, but she finds out that maybe this thing should have been buried a long time ago. So I thought that sounded really intriguing. I love thrillers. YA thrillers are hard to nail, so we'll see. I'm not too sure how to pronounce this, but this is Belle Revolte, maybe Belle Revolte. I'm not too sure what exactly the correct pronunciation is here, but I love this cover. I love the way these feel. They're like matte, it's big. This is actually really heavy. It's floppy. I love it. I love it. So basically, this is about a noble woman, noble lady who wants to be a physician, but of course that is not acceptable for a woman, a young lady such as herself. Also, another girl who just wants to learn magic. She wants to be trained in magic. So these girls end up swapping places. The one girl decides that she's going to be a noble lady and learn the rules of society, and the other one is going to learn natural magic in order to save lives. So apparently they ended up having to work together to help unearth the truth in some sort of rebellion that's happening before it's too late. So I don't know exactly what is happening here. So it's 2 girls trading places and learning magic and stopping a revolt. I don't know, it just sounds like a lot of woman power happening in magic. And then the last thing I got is It's My Life. I absolutely love this cover. I actually ended up getting this. I planned on reading it, but then I'm going to send it over to Angela because this actually deals with cerebral palsy, which she has and she has talked about openly on her channel. I will leave a link to her video down below where she has recently talked about it, and I would like to get this book in her hands so that she can read it and properly say if this is good rep or not. Basically, this girl has cerebral palsy, and she finds out it was actually given to her by her parents when she was younger. It has to do with an injury that her parents had inflicted on her. So then her old crush moves back into town, and she notices that he is struggling in school, and she reaches out anonymously in order to help him. Soon their conversations are much more about class, and she is fearful that he will find out who she truly is and whether or not he will still like her. So this sounds good. It reminds me a lot of P.S. I Like You, I think is the title, and I really enjoyed that. It sounds like a really good premise, so I'm excited to see and pass this along. So I have one more thing, and that is actually the newest in the Trials of Apollo series. This is the Tyrant's Tomb. This was on my most anticipated releases of the year because I had started the Trials of Apollo at the beginning of the year, and I loved it. I love it. It's so much fun. I love Rick Riordan's world. I love the Greek mythology. I love that we get Roman history in it. It's just so fantastic. This is about Apollo, who has been struck down as a god, and he is just in this mortal teenager body now. And basically he has been told that he has to go and resurrect the prophets, the prophecies and stuff, or the oracles, I think that's the word. But he has to go, and basically something has happened where these oracles are no longer working, and he has to get them working. It's been really fantastic. I think it's considered more YA. I love the cheesy jokes in it most of the time. I love that it's always action-packed and fun. So I love the little history lessons mixed in. It's just fabulous, and it goes by so quick, and I'm so excited. I'm so happy to have this. When they reached out to me, I was like, oh my god, yes, please send it to me. I'm like so excited. I actually had it marked in my calendar for when it came out because I was super excited about it. So those are all of the books. I mean, that was quite a hefty haul if you count all the Goosebumps book. It's like 40-some books, I think. Let me know if you guys have read any of these books, and if you enjoyed any of these. I hope that you guys have liked this video. Don't forget to subscribe to see future hauls from me. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!